Hi, it's Mary again. I want to get on and upload this quick video about some more of my books that I've written. I want to talk a little bit about this book called Confessions, Words from the Heart. Let me show you the front page of it, the front cover. And this book is about two women. I knew these two women and we went through drug addiction. We didn't go through it together, but probably we were doing it probably around the same time in the 90s. I was in the 90s and these women were in the 80s. But one of them I went to school with and ran back into her, and she ran back into her, I think in 2000, and I didn't know she had went through the drug addiction thing, and she told me her story. Her name is Linda. That's her name in the book, Linda. And the other lady name is Ruby Jewell. I'm going to read you their story. Their story is on the back page. Ruby Jewell's story. She started her life behind the 8 ball. The odds were stacked against her. She was born despite a failed attempt by her mother to abort her. When she met the author of this book, she began to spin the story of her life. Drugs, prostitution, humor, and God were all woven into her life. Her story is not for the faint at heart. Linda's story. She was a good girl who fell into hard times. Her story is about the sting of heroin. The well was too deep. She was able to pull herself out, but not without damaging her body. Now in the need of a new liver and kidneys, she tells the author the story of her life in the streets. Her pain and suffering will tug at your heartstrings. Like I said, this is a story about these two women. The story is a fiction story based on their true stories. I had to change it up quite a bit, but the basis is their story. And you'll enjoy this book. It's kind of touching. It's very touching when you think about what they went through. And they suffered quite a bit. The Linda, I haven't heard from her in quite a while, so I don't know if she's still living or not. I know she did need a liver from a liver, I believe she said, yeah, liver and kidney, because she was on heroin for a while. And she damaged her body real bad. The second book I want to talk about is An Angel Without a Name, Hearing Your Voice. Let me show you it. This is a nonfiction book, and it's a continuation of the first book I wrote, Going Home Another Way. Let me read the back page. Mary thought she was lost. After writing the book, Going Home Another Way, she realized she was never lost. Now the question was, who is the voice? The words in the book left a tiny trail to the hidden treasures that she searched for most of her life. She had the treasure when she was born, but fear made her hide it. As she grew older, she forgot where she hid it. The pen was needed more than the paper. Write it on the walls or on the back of your hand. Just remember where the pen is. Now she remembers where she put the pen. The pen is indeed mightier than the sword. She was always told and therefore assumed that the voice in her head since she was 9 years old was the voice of God. On a quest to understand the God of her youth, she discovered that it was her own voice all the time. And when I found out that the voice, a lot of people say it's the voice of God, which it is the voice of God, but it sounds like me. The voice sounds exactly like my voice and my voice now. When I was young, the voice sounded the same way I sound now. So being young, I wouldn't know how I would sound when I was older. And a lot of times you don't know how you sound until you hear yourself on a recording. And I sometimes I argue, that's not me, that's not me. But the voice, that's who I figured out the voice was. The voice has been my voice all this time. This is a quick little book. Like I say, it's a continuation of Going Home Another Way. The third book I want to talk about, it's a little bitty book. All the books are small, but this is a teeny weeny little book. And the name of it is It Takes a Village. We Were Once Children. My son and I wrote this book together. Show the copy, the front of the copy. This is by Claude A. Childs and Mary E. Sims. The back cover, it says, raising children in today's society is very hard. There are so many questions being asked by parents and teachers as to how to bring up a, quote, good child. The answers are as many as there are children to respond to this question. It Takes a Village is a powerful little book. The book gives 8 examples of how some parents decided to raise their children. The examples are listed with an assessment from one of the authors, Claude A. Childs, who has a master's degree in special education. Along with the assessment, there is a questionnaire and an area for the reader to take notes to choose the method they would use to discipline their child. And a child shall lead them. Isaiah 11:16, New King James Version. This is a cute little book, and my son writes all the assessments, and I write the little short stories. These are short stories about situations with parents and children, and how the children turned out, and the questions are, what would you do differently than what the parent did? And we got some pretty good reviews about it. I don't know if they're on Amazon though. These are just reviews from people who bought the book. These reviews are not on Amazon. But this is It Takes a Village. We Were Once Children. Like I said, these books are available at Amazon Books by Mary E. Sims. Okay. And I might put up another video. Yeah, I'm gonna put up one more video. And I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.